what's up guys? This is Church of Caboose and welcome to my corner of the internet. In this video, I'm going to give you a guide for how to complete the Nuclear Descent, the third encounter of the Deepstone Crypt Raid Challenge called Of All Trades. That's what this video is going to be. I'm going to let you guys know now that in this video, I'm going to already assume you know how this encounter works. I'm not going to really explain what you need to do with suppressor, operator, or scanner, but if you're not sure what to do, I have guides for every encounter of the raid, and I'll do my best to put a card right here because you should know how this encounter works before trying to do the challenge. Now, if you find this video to be useful and helpful, subscribe to my channel. I try to do all the guides I possibly can, as well as other videos like commentary and opinions, reviews, that sort of thing, as well as like a podcast type deal with the Knights of the Venge table. If you find this video useful, you should also comment down below and let me know, as well as share the video. But subscribing is definitely an amazing way to support my channel. Other ways to support the channel are down below. So let's go ahead now and get on into this raid challenge. We're going to start off with what do you need to do to complete the challenge. To complete this challenge, the objective is relatively simple, or so it sounds. Every player needs to complete each role, but only do each role once. So that means as an individual, you would only be operator, scanner, and suppressor one time. It's crucial to note that we found that it seemed to glitch out. If you picked up the roll off the ground, put it into a terminal, and then you picked up the roll later to do that said roll, the challenge maybe wouldn't actually proc. So what you want to make sure you do is once you have picked up that roll, make sure you do not put that roll back into the Terminator until you have completed the roll. So that's kind of like the main thing to keep in mind. The other thing that will kind of glitch this whole deal out and make it where the challenge does not actually proc is going to be if you start switching around rolls by using the terminals before a roll is officially deactivated. So you notice like on the bottom left of the screen, it'll say Tanix has deactivated a roll or an augment, and it's usually a little bit afterwards when that actual roll will show up on a player screen as being deactivated. So those are the two things to make sure you guys keep in mind as you go about this whole thing. Number one, once you pick up a roll, do not put it into a terminal until you've completed the roll, because if you pick it up a second time, it might ruin your challenge, whether you do the roll or not. Then the other thing is to make sure you do not start switching around your rolls until someone has officially been deactivated and they can see that they're deactivated on their screen. So now we're going to go ahead and talk about this couple of strategies to try and get this challenge done. We're going to start with some really structured plans and end with the more or less chaos strategy. And so here we go. Let's start off with the structure. For the structured plan, you're going to have your fire team of 6 split into 3 teams of 2. So you got your fire team of 6 members. You want to split into 3 smaller groups of 2 guardians. You're going to have each pair is going to start off with an assigned role. So you're going to have a pair on the left where they start off with operator. You're going to have a pair in the middle where they start off for sure going to be doing scanner. And you have a pair on the right starting off for sure doing suppressor. Now you can switch these around however you will. That just is what worked well for us. Now what's going to happen with each pair is going to be once that pair has both done their roles. So if you look at the suppressor pair, once the encounter has started, the first person does suppressor, puts that roll in the terminal, and their partner grabs suppressor, and they have done their roll. They would then switch over to either operator or scanner, and then the same thing would apply. So that's really the main thing with this whole encounter. If you want to be really structured, is you want to have 3 teams of 2, and they're going to have an assigned role. Once both of those players have done the roll, they would then switch to the next role. So hopefully that makes sense. I will, at the end of this video, have gameplay with my party's audio, that kind of thing going, so that way you guys can kind of listen to how I was calling everything out. I kind of took the lead on it and called everything out, and that's going to be the gameplay at the end of the video. Now, for the other, more unstructured ways of approaching this, you could do something like having 2 teams of 3. Yeah, the first 3 is like, all right, cool, we're going to grab these rolls, and then the second 3 would just like switch out with them. So it's kind of like having 3 teams of 2, but it's a little bit more free balls. Like you might not necessarily have to grab with a partner. It might just be, hey, I'm on team 2, I need to grab an augment, and I just have to remember which augment to not grab. Then the last strategy, which would definitely work but perhaps will be fairly chaotic, although I think that'd be kind of fun, is going to be Chaos Strat. Because really, as long as everyone is able to remember what role they have picked up and to know they can't grab it one again and just put it in, like you could do this chaos mode and just everyone knows they have to do something. There can't be this whole like keeping someone from being able to do a role because it's funny, my clan, or this, I don't know, or the perhaps more common case of I'm not sure what to do with one of the roles, and so I'm just not going to do it. Everyone needs to know what to do for suppressor, operator, and scanner, and everyone has to do each role once and only once. So that is really how to do the challenge. It's really not that difficult. If you're doing this on LFG, it might be a little bit frustrating because you're trying to figure out, like, everyone's going to have their own ways of explaining stuff, and of course there's ways of communicating. Like one of my teammates was trying to explain to me the 3-man strategy and just was not clicking with my brain for some reason, but like the 2-man thing like I had thought of and was trying to explain made perfect sense. And so there's going to be some elements of that, and honestly this is probably the hardest challenge inside of the raid, and it's not really crazy hard. It's just going to take quite a bit of communication. That's going to be incredibly key for your whole team. You can't just assume everyone knows what's going on. You're going to most definitely want to be talking with each other and like, hey, I've got blah blah blah, and then someone else is like, all right, cool, I picked it up, and that's going to really make this counter a whole lot easier. Alright guys, that's going to be it for the video. Again, the rest of the gameplay is going to be from footage off of my stream / capture card, and should have party audio with it, so that way you guys can kind of hear how we were talking through and going at it, and it should, I would hope, really help you guys in your endeavors of completing this raid challenge and ultimately getting the raid seal. I am Church of Caboose. Subscribe to my channel, you sons of bitches. Have a great week and happy grinding, y'all.
For the people, so they knew what they were getting. I know how to do it.
We know what's going on.
I know.
Don't throw other people into this, but like if that happens again, like if the roles switch, we need to switch partners as well.
Yes. No, it was. Yeah. I don't need to apologize. I should think of it, right? For that. Okay, this is my scanner right here. Everybody get back. Let's scan. Don't leave the scanner. Where did he go?
The faster I know.
Oh, man, that's it. I got him. Just like, oh, shit, man. Okay. Pretty good. So you want me to do suppressor scan the next. Yes, I know. It's gonna be L1, R1. I'm sorry.
I did. That's the first guy. Just like that. I was fucking here. I wasn't even fucking around.
Shit.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's kind of really fun. Just so you made gummy bars, and they're just way too big for the amount that's in them. Silly. It's just silly.
Did you say that scanner was starting in home?
Yeah, that was just so you could see where everybody was looking at. Just waiting.
I don't know exactly what's going on.
That sounded so assured.
Especially in the home.
scanning. It's gonna be R1, R2, and R2. Damn it! Okay, yeah, both window. Damn it, yes.
Somebody take it off R2, please.
Nobody's scanning right now. Oh shit, grab scanning. I'm gonna try to keep this place cleared out so people don't die from literally stuff.
Better of the strangers.
Both one, closest to us, R1 and
I'll grab it first. I got R1.
I don't see all. I don't know where all's at. Oh, they got him.
Going.
Yep.
Operators in.
I'll
Got
grab
it.
suppressor. I'll grab suppressor after. Somebody grab scanner.
R1, R2.
Man, I'm shooting them both. I don't.
Oh my goodness.
Suppress.
Game is deactivated. Don't do that.
Hold on.
Alright.
I'm gonna put.
Put it in. Okay.
No, wait.
Okay.
Got it. Left and right boss.
Operator. Oh, Mike went out.
He's suppressed.
I got right boss.
Oh shit, somebody grab it.
Wait, boss on top, right?
Oh, motherfucker.
R2 and L2.
Alright. Operator was deactivated. Alright, scanner first.
Oh man,
Okay.
he fucking knocked me. Hold on.
Put the scanner, quick.
Hold on, he fucking knocked me down.
Anywhere.
Alright.
Okay, let me grab operator. Put operator in. Okay, watch out. Okay, I got it.
He's suppressor.
R1L1, closest to me.
I got you just in case you don't.
Alright. I am. Alright.
Okay, I'm putting an operator in.
I got it.
That was being wrapped up.
Alright, we got R2L.
I got R. Open it, please.
Come on.
Thank you for taking it.
It's good.
You won't get the challenge until you make it to the next spot. Until it spawns you in, it won't tell you you have a challenge. It's stupid. Yeah. We were saying the same thing. I was just like the only thing I was saying is exactly what you guys finally did. Took the turns like they were supposed to be took. So I think a little bit of the speech where I talked about might have helped a little bit. I'm just saying.
You little stinker.
Do you want to dab, sweetheart? Your neck hole? Your knuckle? Hold on. Hold on. Her knuckle hurts and I have to rotate her knuckle real quick. Alright, let's let that out a little bit. Let it breathe a little bit. I know. Did you take your pain medication or last one? I'm not
Waiting for.
I know.
Yeah.
Go, get out. Get out. Get. Let me see.
Nice.
You did too much stuff, you did, didn't you? Yes, you did, sweetie. You did way too much stuff, didn't you? Yeah, you need to stop doing stuff, okay?
Go away. Go.
I know. It's gonna be